Good evening. Welcome. Thanks so much for joining. And for all of you at home, thanks for tuning in. I know a lot of people are unfortunately feeling a little under the weather. We feel you in spirit. Everyone, please rise. We're going to say the Rebbe's Kapitel. It should be on the screen. I'll wait until it comes on. Shir Hamalais El Adonai B'Tzarasa Li Karasi V'Yaneni Adonai Hatzila Nafshi Misfas Shakar Milashon Ramia Ma Yitain Lach Ma Yasif Lach Lashon Ramia Chitei Gibar Shanunim Im Gachale Resamim Ayai Li Ki Garti Mishach Shachanti Im Ahale Kedar Rabba Shachna La Nafshi Im Soine Shalom Ani Shalom B'Chi Adaber Hema LaMilchama. Thank you. So I was joking with Esty that I wrote out my notes, even though I usually don't like using notes, but I wrote out notes because I wanted to keep the message short and brief because we have some incredible speakers here today. And I printed them out because as I'm talking about technology, I can't be looking at my phone. But in all the hustle and bustle, I left my notes at home. So I will be using my phone as I'm talking about the dangers of technology. Okay. When Chanel originally called me last year, they were putting together a promotional video to introduce M.U.S.T for the inaugural event in Crown Heights, and she asked me to come and be a part of it. And even though I hate saying no to Chanel because she does so much, how do I have the chutzpah to say no? I had to politely decline because when I do talk about a topic, it is usually something I'm passionate about, something I feel knowledgeable about, that I have a voice and an opinion that's coherent and meaningful and relevant. And when it comes to technology, I definitely do not. I am a digital dinosaur. I can never figure out how anything works, especially apps and social media. And by the time I do figure it out, there's something new out there. And so when it comes to making guidelines for my family, when I figure things out for my now 21-year-old, 10 years later, it doesn't work for the 10-year-olds. It's not a new world. It's a completely different universe that we're dealing with. But something happened this year when we received the M.U.S.T packs on the WhatsApp, on the class WhatsApps, that made me really rethink about if I have something to add to the conversation. The class packs were sent out, and before I typed in agree, I actually sat with each child from each class to go over what was going to be expected from them that the class had agreed on. And I was sitting with one of my older kids, and you know that it definitely gets way more complicated when your kids are older. And as we were going through it, it wasn't a complicated pack, but as we were going through it, I kind of saw him like rolling his eyes, and he was like, okay, yeah, you want me to say yeah? I'll say yeah. And I was like, no, this is real. Like, this is not just sign on the dotted line and move on and, in one ear and out the other. And he said, yeah, Ma, but I know that there are some kids in my class who, if they are signing on the dotted line, that's what it means to them. And I said, really? Like, when I first heard about this program, what struck me as so authentic to me was like, let's meet you where you're at. Let's make something that works for the whole class. So these thoughts were like going on in my head, and it was dinner, homework time. I put my phone away because try to focus on the moment. And when I did come back to my phone, I noticed that the class ambassador had written on the chat, okay, so a couple of mothers reached out to me, and they went through the pact, and they realized that a few things are not going to work for them. And so we're going to amend this pact so that when everybody says that they agree, then it's something real that they are really trying to follow through on. And when that happened, that simple WhatsApp text really reverberated with me, really resonated. I was like, you know what? This is what we need. Until now, we had the generals in the war rooms, the principals and the administrators sending out edicts and guidelines and telling us, the foot soldiers in the trenches, because some days when you're having an argument with your kid about technology, it does feel like a full-blown out war. We're in the trenches. we're getting the work done. You have to meet me where I'm at. You have to meet where my family's at. You can't train me for a marathon at mile number 17 if I'm at mile number 3. And if you make it real, and if you make it authentic, and it's not just in theory, this would be great if we all did this, then it's something that we can actually really bring real change to our community and real, true guidelines for our children. And so when Hanel called me now, even though I have a very good excuse for not being here tonight, I'm flying out very early tomorrow morning to Chicago to give 2 speeches, so I should be working on those. But I was like, I have to get behind this because this is true, this is real, this is authentic, this is effective. I saw it. I saw a group of people having a real, open, honest, authentic dialogue on the chat without judgment. And so, that being said, turn your attention to the screen. We have a short video of the Rebbe. The Rebbe talks about, always, whenever the Rebbe spoke about chinuch, it was always about how to make the message meaningful and real. How can we be authentic role models for our children in the way that we act in relation to technology? I'd like to call up Gila Schechter. She runs the NAS Foundation and is one of the founders of the Crown Heights chapter of M.U.S.T.
Thank you.
Wow, that video is powerful. Rabbi Dr. Shagalov has extensive experience in the mental health field, treating adolescents, adults, families, specifically in regards to mental illness and addictions, internet, sexual. It is my honor to invite him up here to share with us his professional expertise and shed some light and clarity with us. I feel like we need some time to digest, but we have to move on. Thank you so much. For me, 2 points. I always try to think of 2 points: connection, 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 like location, location, location. And the fact that every moment, that really speaks to me because it seems so insurmountable. But if it's just that one moment, I can do that one little moment. That I can do. Simi Polanski-Hoffman co-founded the Frank New York with her sister, and they not only created a brand and a company, but a very vibrant online community. And for her to take a look at that and saying, is this serving me? And make some very hard choices, and to come and share that with us is extremely brave and courageous, and I'm really curious to hear about your journey through this. Thank you. Okay, so you started something, Simi. As you're talking, I'm thinking to myself, Facebook app came on my phone, it went off. Instagram app came on my phone, it went off. Because if you have to go into the browser and then log in, it's so much more work. So over the past couple of years, it's been on and off. Tonight, I am deleting Facebook and Instagram apps. And, okay, I need to breathe. I really said that. I kind of feel like we should have a paper as everyone walks out, because really, tomorrow or the next day, the enthusiasm is gonna wear off, and if I do it tonight, it's tonight, and that's it, like you said it. Sorry. So, we have to get on to tech talks, but you started something, and who knows where this will go. 10 courageous women are going to share their journey with technology. They are short and sweet, but extremely powerful. Thank you. Okay, so I wrote this very nice poetic goodbye, and encouraging everyone so eloquently, but really, I'm not gonna Look at it. Because I just want to feed off the energy in this room. I think that my son came home today and he said, Ma, the boys were saying, like, oh, your mother's the one against technology. And I'm so not. But you know what? I don't feel like we're against something. That's what it is. It's not a negative thing. The energy in this room is so positive. It's so encouraging. I know I'm walking out feeling like I was so overwhelmed and befuddled by this, and now I have a little more clarity. I can take it day by day. I could take it moment by moment. I could take it hour by hour. Everyone else is struggling out there. I could take Kayla's idea. I could take Hani's idea. I could take Bradel's idea. I could take Nechami's idea and take little bits and pieces and put them in my life. So we're not against anything. We're for connection. We're for loving. We're for great kids, great parents, and a great community. Thank you so much for showing up. And together we really can do this. I always forget to. You sent it to me. I'm sorry. Okay, there was a raffle during Hanukkah because when we had our menorahs lit up, we wanted to focus on the beautiful lights flickering in the eyes of our children. And so, where did you send it to me? Habiba. Here we go. So, these families won the Hanukkah raffle: the Deitch, Lieblach, Edelman, Litvak, Goldman, Reber, Friedman, and Weimer. That's it? Congratulations to those families, but really, every single family that took part in this challenge won infinite blessings. Thank you.